Now let's see how to store our payload in a data section. So let's go to our course materials and let's take a look at the source code. So the source code is pretty much the same as in a previous example. The only difference is that now we store our payload as a global variable here. And previously we have stored that in as a local variable of the function main. Okay, but the rest of the code is really the same. So we allocate the memory as readable, writable. We copy our payload to this memory, and then we change the protection of the memory region to be executable. Okay, and then if if everything is okay, then we run our payload from this allocated memory as a new thread of the process. So let's compile this. So let's go to command prompt and 0202 and run compile. And let's run implant.exe. So first of all, we copy the addresses and store it on the side. And then we attach, before we hit enter here, we attach our debugger. So attach, implant, attach. Now F9 or run. The process is running, so we hit enter, and our shellcode is hit, as you can see in here. Okay, so this is our shellcode. Now let's go to memory map, and again let's search for the pattern. So in hex we go with our 1990 CC3, which is our shellcode. Hit OK, and we have 2 hits. So let's copy them to our notepad, and let's see what it is. Okay, so the first address corresponds to exec memory. Okay, so this is what we have allocated with virtual alloc. The second address corresponds to our payload address. Okay, let's see the first address, which is here, and again it's an allocated memory, private memory, which is readable and executable, and initially it was readable and writable. So it is these two function calls: virtual alloc, read write, and virtual protect, execute read. The second one is 7FF7 B58A D. So this is our data section in implant.exe. So it means that our shellcode lives in a data section. And let's go back to our resources and references, sorry, and let's follow this in dump. And as you can see, it's in here with other initialized variables, so other data which is used by the code, payload address. So these are the strings we use in our printf functions. These ones, okay. And the reason is that why our shellcode or payload landed in data section is that it is a global variable. Instead of, like previously it was a local variable, now it's a global variable, and it is initialized. So that is why it has landed in a data section. Okay. And again, if you want to use that template remove that. So you have to put your shellcode or payload here. Of course, remove printfs, get car from the payload, and everything should be good.